Alrighty, students, welcome to Website Development with Mr. Alvarez. So our first task is I want to build our first HTML page. A website, let's look at a website really quickly as an example. Let's look at, Google Drive. So a website is made up of many different web pages. This page is called drive/my drive, drive/my computer, computers. Maybe if I get rid of this drive directory, let's see what it takes me to. Maybe right back to that. Okay, so that's the default page. This is the home page. So websites are made up of multiple different pages. I can click on these different links and I go to these different, these aren't exactly pages. This might be all one page called drive that then has a lot of, sub pages. This is probably done in React. This is probably a little bit more complicated than what we're doing. Let's find a more classic, traditional website. Oh, look, here's a project I made. So here is a home page. This is the home page for this website. This website lets you generate cards, and I can click these tabs to go to different pages that we could see in the website address as a backslash and then the name of the page. So these are all different pages on our website. The first thing we're going to do in our class is we're going to build one simple page for our website. Then maybe we'll add a few more pages and link them together. And then that's a website. Once you link a few pages together, that is what a website is. We're building websites in our class, so that is our goal, is to build websites by creating some web pages and link them together. Let's start with that. Let's create our first HTML file. I'll put like a little note right here. This is where we're going to start making our HTML file. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to click search on our Windows bar, and we need to open up our File Explorer. Now I'm going to build my website in my documents. I'll go to my documents folder. I have a lot of stuff in here, test website, website 1. These are all kinds of random files I've been making. Let's right click, and I'm going to create a new folder. Let's just click. I need a new folder. Okay, new folder. So I have a new folder, and I wish I could zoom in on this page a little bit. Maybe I can. Yeah, that might be okay for now. So I'm going to click on my new folder, and this is a new empty folder. I'm going to actually rename this. I'll rename this Webdev 2026 video tutorial series. That's what I'll name that. And now everything I do for this YouTube video series that I hopefully will make, going through all my class content, will be in this folder. So I'm going to right click, we're going to make new folder, and I'm going to name this My First Website. You guys can go to your docs and you can make a folder called My First Website right in your documents folder. On My First Website, in this folder, we're going to create our first HTML file. I'm going to right click, I'm going to create a new, and I'll just do a text document for now. I think that's going to be the easiest way. New text document, and I'm going to name this index, and I need to actually open this file up, and I need to hit save as, and I'm not going to save it as a text document. I need to save it as all files, and I'm going to name it index.html. If this save as file type still says text document, your file will not work correctly. It needs to say all files, and we're going to save it as index.html. I'm going to exit out this text editor. I'm going to delete this old text document, and now I have this Chrome HTML document. This HTML document is a blank web page. If I open it up, it's going to open up Google Chrome to a blank website. Everything's all white. I can't see anything. We want to be able to edit our websites. We're going to right click this. We're going to hit open with, and we're going to open with a version of Visual Studios. Visual Studios is a code editor. We're going to use Microsoft Visual Studios. Okay. Once I am in Visual Studios, there's options to sign in. We can't sign in this class. If you have accounts at home and you're working at home, you're more than welcome to use them. I'm just going to hit X on that. And, oh, I'm typing in index.html. Perfect. I'm going to write, at the top of index.html, I'm going to write the phrase, I'm going to write, hello world. And I'm going to hit, well, let's look at my website. Did my web page change at all? Let's open this back up. And it's still totally blank. I made the most common error I see in my class. This thing to the side is still yellow. I didn't save. I could either click this floppy disk at the top to save, or I could press Control S to save. And now I've saved this hello world thing. That's awesome. Now when I go to my website, if I go back to Google Chrome, I go to this website file and I hit refresh. Now it says hello world on my web page. That's my first piece of content added to a web page. That's beautiful. That's it for this first class. That's it for this first lesson. We're going to open a file. We're going to save hello world. And then you guys can screenshot this to Schoology. The way I like to screenshot is with the snip tool. If you don't know how to screenshot, let's do it together right now. I'm going to click search. I'm going to type in snip. And I'm going to grab the snipping tool. I'm going to click the snipping tool. I'm going to hit new. And I'm going to click and drag. And I want to copy this index.html that says hello world in Google Chrome. It should have a file as the web address. This is a local file on your computer. This website doesn't exist on the internet yet. It only exists locally saved to your computer in your documents folder. OneDrive/documents/webdev, my first website. Later, we'll add more content to our website. We'll make more web pages. And then, hopefully, we will manage to host our website on the internet, which could be really fun. I'm going to save this document. I'm going to save this screenshot. I'll save it as, day 1 work. And I'm going to submit that PNG to today's assignment on Schoology. That's it for our first website development lesson. Next time, we will look at some HTML tags to style our web pages.